Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Jarrett Hurd states that there's a rematch clause and he's going to go for it. Now, that's a very interesting development from Jarrett Hurd. Typically a world champion does have a rematch clause, and it's not uncommon to see a big upset like this for a guy to want to activate that rematch clause, because at the end of the day, Jarrett Hurd pretty much gave up millions of dollars, and a potential opportunity to unify, and even a shot at Canelo Alvarez moving up by being a unified or a potential undisputed champion at some point at 154. These are direct quotes from him. He said, "I just feel like J-Rock truly was the better man tonight." He said, "I kind of hearing my hometown with my name being chanted, it caused me to try a little harder instead of just staying relaxed and take my time. That could have played a part, but no excuses." Now, I can respect Jarrett Hurd. No excuses. He's an honorable guy. He takes a loss, and there's no shame in losing and coming back stronger and a better fighter. But the way that he lost is what's disturbing me, is because Julian Williams came in and put on a boxing masterclass against Jarrett Hurd. He made him look at 100% one-dimensional as a come-forward fighter with no ability to adjust or change his game plan. And that's probably the key to this fight, because Jarrett Hurd is a bigger, stronger man than Julian Williams. Julian Williams' chin has been tested, and he has been knocked out before. So Julian Williams is beatable. He was a heavy underdog, and that's why I would have to call this a massive upset and even an exposing to some degree. Yes, we all knew that Jarrett Hurd was, had these limitations and had these flaws. He uses his defense as his, he uses his face as his defense, which is not acceptable at the highest level of boxing. But at the end of the day, Jarrett Hurd had been, excelling, winning fights, unifying belts, and getting past tougher opponents than Julian Williams. And for him to take this loss in this type of way, even getting dropped in the second round, shows that, he wasn't properly prepared for this. He may need a new trainer. The fact that he has no defense, the fact that he uses his face as a punching bag is a problem. Jarrett Hurd has to win a rematch. He cannot go into this rematch with Julian Williams. Once they get this all negotiated and situated, he can't go into this rematch with the same game plan of come forward. He has to have something more. He has to do something different. And one thing that he has to do is develop basically a very, very strong and powerful jab. He's a bigger man. He's a taller man. He needs to start using his height and reach advantage. And that's one of the keys. He can't change everything about himself. He's already in his prime. He's already, at that peak age. So at this point in his career, he needs to just develop and use a strong jab to control Julian Williams, to make his vision blurry, and keep him off balance, and even double and triple the jab at times. And I think the jab would be the key to this fight. He can go to the body. He did some good body work against Julian Williams, but controlling the fight with the jab, going to the body, wearing Julian Williams down over the rounds would be a tremendous key to victory for him, since the fact that Julian Williams needs to get inside to work, and they were doing way too much infighting, in the inside. That doesn't make sense for Jarrett Hurd. Why are you fighting him on the inside so much? And granted, I understand that you're the bigger, stronger guy, but it didn't work because your defense is lackluster. So if you're unable to protect yourself, you need to use your height and reach advantage to not get hit as much as possible and to do as much damage from distance as you can. That's why he must utilize the jab effectively in a rematch. Now, as of right now, and as of where it stands at this very moment, I have to favor Julian Williams in a particular rematch with Jarrett Hurd, for the simple reason is that I look at Jarrett Hurd and Julian Williams, and just like any matchup, you always picked up the pure boxer to excel and do better the second time around, because he's already had 12 rounds and he's already dropped Jarrett Hurd. He already feels very confident. He's already got his timing, his speed, his range, his distance. He pretty much felt everything that Jarrett Hurd had to offer in that particular fight. So the second time around, I can see Julian Williams doing much better than before, and maybe even hurting Jarrett Hurd even more. But that's assuming that Jarrett Hurd doesn't make the necessary adjustments. But once again, Unbiased, as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.